Welcome into Walt Disney World's Transportation and Ticket Center. This is the hub and connection for all three monorail lines at the Walt Disney World Resort. The three lines are made up of the Epcot line, which goes from the Transportation and Ticket Center to Epcot and back again. Only those two stops, so it's kind of like an express out there and back. Then there's two that go around to the Magic Kingdom. One is the Express, only two stops here at the Transportation and Ticket Center, and then over at the Magic Kingdom. The other one is the Resort line. It stops here at the Ticket and Transportation Center, continues on, stops at the Polynesian Resort, then the Grand Floridian, then stops at Magic Kingdom. After that, continues over to the Contemporary Resort, and then back here to the Transportation and Ticket Center. If you see that large Magic Kingdom monorail, that's where your Express monorail will be. Over here to the left is a smaller sign that says Resort Hotels. And this is the one we're going to start with because it has the most stations and the most stops to get on and off. As you come up to the monorail station, this is also the exit, so stay to the right because people getting off this resort monorail coming to Ticket and Transportation Center, like going to Epcot or something like that, they will have to get off and come down here. You can see the little exit door there. So this is not like the Express or the Epcot version where the whole line up is for people getting on. Also for this monorail, not everyone will be getting off. So when you start looking into cars, there will be people already in a lot of these. Here we are pulling into the Polynesian. It lets you off on the second floor of the Great Ceremonial House. And I'll show you kind of where it lets you off and where you get back on. Once you're off the monorail, there is only one exit that takes you into the resort. So just follow it out and you'll get right into the Great Ceremonial House. That's where we got let in. And like I said, you're on the second floor of the Great Ceremonial House. So if you're here coming to dinner to Ohana, it's over there. And of course, if you're staying at the resort, this is where you would get off. Also, same place you get off is where you will get back on. It is just the door to the right that says enter from where you exit. There is a security line there, so you will go through security. So at TTC, any of the resorts, Epcot, you're all behind the security wall. So once you get through security, as long as you stay on the monorail, you're behind it. So you can go to Magic Kingdom, to Epcot through TTC, and never have to go back through security. That's one of the things I love about going back and forth between Magic Kingdom and Epcot. And like I said, you just go right through that door through security and you'll be right where we got off. I'm going to turn off the camera to go through security, obviously. One thing I will say about the monorail and the Polynesian is that if you're just going back and forth from TTC, it is so much easier to walk. So if you just want to transfer around to the Epcot line, it is better for you to walk over there and go. So if you're looking to get to TTC, just walk. Because when you get on this monorail, you're going to have to go to Grand Floridian, Magic Kingdom, Contemporary, and then to TTC. Again, just like all the other resorts, there is one entrance and exit to the resort. And it drops you off right here on the second floor of the main lobby of the Grand Floridian Resort. This is the building with Centrico's, Victoria Albert's, and 1900 Park Fair. So if you have reservations at any of those, you can hop off this stop. And just like at the Polynesian, where it dropped us off is also where it will pick us up. We just came through security at the Grand Floridian and are gonna hop on Monorail line to the Magic Kingdom. When you get off at the Magic Kingdom stop, this is the monorail we just got off of, that's the resort one. The Express one also lets off here. So you will be piled together into one exit. So if you see a monorail across from you, that is its exit. Do not try to go over there. This is not a transfer spot. If you want to transfer over to the Express or vice versa over to the monorail, you have to exit and then go in their respective line. We just came out between the two monorail tracks then, and you can see we are right here at the entrance of Magic Kingdom. Now, when you're going back, that is the Express monorail entrance. You can look for one of these little signs that says Resort Monorail Entrance, and you know when you're getting there is because you go under the two monorail tracks. Once you're under the monorail tracks, you'll actually see the sign. And the great thing is it gives you the stops. You can see stop 1, Contemporary, stop 2, Transportation Ticket Center, Polynesian, then Grand Floridian. If you are leaving Magic Kingdom and you're just going to the Contemporary and there's a long line like at the end of the night here for the monorail, I would suggest walking. It is a very quick walk from the Magic Kingdom to the Contemporary Resort, and you will definitely beat a long line at the monorail station. As we're waiting for the resort monorail to come right in here, you can see that was the exit in the center there. On the other side, that is the express monorail waiting to go off, which its next stop and only stop will be the Transportation Ticket Center and back here, but we will be heading to the Contemporary. That is the monorail we just got off of. If you exit down there, there is an escalator to take you down to that bottom floor over there. However, I need to use the elevator with my walker to get down. We just came out of the elevators. They're behind that, the game station. And this is where you would come in with strollers or wheelchairs, or in my case, like a walker. You would go through there, check in, and then up the elevator. Now, if you would have come down the escalator, you would have came out where those people are standing near the restrooms and down and around. Here we are on level 4, which is the main level of the Contemporary. You can see the monorail sitting up there. You got Chef Mickey's over here to your left. We just came out right beside the game station there off that elevator. Going back up, if you were to come down the escalator, like we said before, you would come out where there is restrooms right there. To go without a stroller or wheelchair, there's an entrance all the way to the left. If you're going with a stroller or wheelchair, it is right here. Had you come up the escalators and through the regular security, you would have came there. And then this is the standard line now. When we get to the Transportation and Ticket Center, you get off the monorail the same. And I'll show you when we kind of change ways, but if you were to get off and go down to the left, you would go to where we got on from. How I told you, it's both an entrance and an exit. But if you wanted to go straight to the Epcot monorail, there is a separate path that'll take you around to the Epcot monorail without having to go back into TTC. And a lot of people don't know that. So we're gonna go down and to the right. It almost looks like you're going backstage somewhere you shouldn't be, but it is the actual path to the Epcot monorail. So we're gonna check it out. You can see the sign, that'll take you down where we were, where we came in. But there's this path over here. And like I said, it almost feels like you're going down the wrong way. But you go down here under the monorail and it pops you back up at the Epcot station. Once you come down the path, you'll come under both the resort monorail and the express monorail that goes to Magic Kingdom. And you'll come up right at the Epcot monorail. You just come up here, make a left, that'll take you to the Epcot monorail. And if you got lost coming up this way, no worries. The Magic Kingdom Express monorail's exit is right here. So you can just get right back down to Ticket and Transportation Center. Sorry, Transportation and Ticket Center. And no worries if you made the left out of the resort monorail and still wanted to come to the Epcot line, you'll just come out right there. You can walk over and hit up the Epcot line right there. Next, we are gonna go through the Express. So if you are coming from Epcot or coming from the parking lot and you just want to get to the Magic Kingdom as fast as you can, that's what this Magic Kingdom monorail sign is here for. It is the express monorail that only has 2 stops, and that is here and at the Magic Kingdom station. This monorail line may look extremely crowded at times, like it's going to be a long wait, but they pack a ton of people into these monorails. So it will go pretty quick. They do have extra monorails online during busy times in the morning and at close. So just hold tight and trust me, they'll fill it up. This monorail loop follows exactly beside the resort monorail, just outside of it. So you will go through the stations, through Polynesian, through Grand Floridian, to Magic Kingdom, and then on the way back from Magic Kingdom, you'll go through the Contemporary. It does not stop at any of them. It just slows down and moves right through. So do not take this express monorail if you want to stop at any of the resorts. That is the express monorail we just got off of. Again, we are in the center. There's the current resort monorail that's here, and everybody floods out together through the middle and down these ramps to Magic Kingdom. Just came out of the middle exit. If you remember last time around, we went over to the side to the resort monorail. Now we are going in this one, which is the express monorail, and it tells you its stops are just Magic Kingdom parking lot / Transportation and Ticket Center. We're on our way back now to the Transportation and Ticket Center. We're going to go through the Contemporary, not stop again because this is the express. When we get to the Transportation and Ticket Center, I'll show you that exit you can go down, the one we took after we walked to Epcot. But then we're going to cut straight across to the Epcot rail because that's the last one we have to take. There is the exit down to Transportation and Ticket Center, but you can cut straight across here from the Express and go to Epcot. So again, you could take that ramp down or this ramp down and go back to TTC, and this will take you back to Epcot. So we're waiting on our last monorail trip, which is over to Epcot. It is by far the longest trip, but even at that, I think it times out around 8 minutes. The cool thing about taking the monorail here from TTC out to Epcot is one, you're still behind security. So when you get over to Epcot, you do not have to go back through security. And two is when you come in, you get to go around, not World Showcase, but like Future World. What do they call it now? World of Discovery? Something like that. But they tell you about all the different pavilions, and then you pull into the station and get off. So even if you don't have tickets to Epcot, like you have family in town, or you just want to kind of a cool ride around, this takes you through Epcot, so it's a neat thing to do.
Welcome to Epcot.
From the exit of the monorail, there is only one exit. It is down these ramps. I do not recall there being an elevator on this side. There is an elevator on the entrance side, but the ramps are a little steeper on that side. So when we get over there to get back on, I'll show you. Halfway down the ramps, you come into this very large open section. And I'm always teasing with my family that I can't believe Disney hasn't tried to put a restaurant, snack bar, or gift shop at the end of the large open area. You have the final ramps down to lead you to the entrance of Epcot. There's where we came down. That is where you would enter through security if you were coming from the parking lot. That's the monorail station. And you can see that we are just at the entrance of Epcot right through there. Now we'll kind of move over and get our way back to TTC to wrap this up. Just down there is the ramp we came down when we got here to Epcot from the Ticket and Transportation Center. And then here will be the entrance to the monorail to take you back to the Ticket and Transportation Center. You can see that it is right here at the entrance of Epcot. And like we said, coming down, I showed you that it is inside security. So that again makes it so great traveling monorail between Epcot and Magic Kingdom because you are behind security the whole time. You do not have to re-enter. Let's head to our last leg of this trip and get back to the Ticket and Transportation Center. Going up to the monorail at Epcot is a very steep winding ramp. However, they do have an elevator access over here to the side. So if you just can't get up this ramp anymore, you can take that. I am with a walker today and I am fine going up the ramp. It is steeper, however, than the one on the exit side we came down. Now again, this is only one line. This one goes Epcot, Transportation and Ticket Center, and back again. So if you are getting on at Epcot, if you don't get off at the next stop, Transportation Ticket Center, then you will be coming right back to Epcot. Getting out of the monorail, there is only one exit, and it is down to the right. That is the exit coming down from Epcot line that do not enter if you stand in TTC here, the Transportation and Ticket Center. That is where you will come out. And as you can see, it dumps you right back off here in the center of the Transportation and Ticket Center. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this got any confusion about the monorail system out of the way. Maybe you learned something. Maybe just enjoyed seeing different parts of the Ticket and Transportation Center and the different stops around Disney World. If you did like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Subscribing to the channel if you would. Remember to always treat each other with kindness, and we'll see you real soon.